Right, sound check, all good? All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all the participants and attendees for today's NICE 2025. It's a fantastic opportunity for us today, and it's very nice to see all the innovators, entrepreneurs, and change makers present here today. I am very honored to be part of this session, to be moderating. My name is Wan Raihana Wan Asim, and I'm from the Malaysian Technology Development Corporation. Our session today is called Pathways of Grassroot Innovation Towards Commercialization. And in this session, what we are going to do is to explore how ideas that are born in our communities, whether or not in kampungs, in the classrooms, in the universities, how these innovations can cross the bridge towards commercialization and to make a real difference to the community. And what makes this session today extra special, or extra nice, if you will, is that I have an all-female panel here today, I'm very proud to say. And so this is something that shows that women can really break barriers and build entire ecosystems of innovation and impact. So let me first introduce the panelists here today, the distinguished panels that I have. First of all, let's start with Dr. Sharmila. Dr. Sharmila is a true champion of innovation for the people. She's the CEO of the Malaysian Innovation Foundation, or YIM as we all know it. And the organization turns ideas from everyday Malaysians into innovations and solutions that change people's lives. From the rural inventors to community problem solvers, Dr. Sharmila has helped thousands of people bring their innovations to light and has taken Malaysia's grassroots innovation story to global stages, all the way to the United Nations. So please welcome, again, Dr. Sharmila Mohamed Salleh, CEO of YIM. Right, next panelist also proves that innovation can really just come from anywhere, even from clinics. Dr. Shasa is trained as an audiologist, and she has turned her passion into hearing health, into a nationwide enterprise. And she has basically built from scratch, as she has told me, a company, Eartistic, a network of hearing and balance centers. And then not only that, she has took her mission even further by through creative storytelling, her passion for creative storytelling, and has even brought her innovations and her enthusiasm to the entertainment sector, from children's shows like Kembara Utan to her own recent feature film. And she's really inspiring Malaysians to hear and to dream bigger. So please welcome as well Dr. Nur Shasa Ain Abdul Aziz, CEO and Principal Audiologist of Eartistic Sdn Bhd. So we've got two incredible women here, one that's driving social innovation from the grassroots up, and the other one who has been successfully blending creativity and science to reach the hearts and minds of the people. Now together they embody what Malaysia's innovation future really looks like, one that's inclusive, courageous, and community-driven. So without further ado, let's get started. To set the stage and share what excellent work Dr. Sharmila and her organization YIM has been doing for grassroots innovation in Malaysia, I would like to invite Dr. Sharmila to share a short presentation to really give the audience today an idea of what it is that YIM does for grassroots innovation. So over to you, Dr. Sharmila.
Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Madani. Thank you to Dr. Wan Raihana and also my colleague here, Dr. Shasa. We were together, I think, from day one. It's a long, short story. We've been together in Mosti for some times. We met during the meetings and whatnot. And then Dr. Shasa is also very familiar to YIM, particularly. She is one of the recipients for our grants with SME Corp under the inclusive, SME inclusive grant. So that she expand well after receiving the grant in 2016. You just imagine there is a long journey, until now. But then, of course, thank you to our special guest here. Dr. Tengku Hazman is actually one of the very very knowledgeable person that actually I admire him because during his time in MIMOS, I also part of the MIMOS. So that thank you for listening today, and then it's a very great honor, sir. And then also for our colleagues and participants today. So I really want everyone to go through what YIM is doing for the past 15 years. So let us start with on behalf of Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guests, partners, researchers, entrepreneurs, industry leaders, and community representatives who are present today. Yeah. Next slide, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Just go through a short while about the journey of YIM. So we can see that YIM has established on 20th October 2008 under the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. And YIM is Malaysia's leading social and grassroots innovation foundation. We registered as a company limited by guarantee under the Companies Act. YIM operates as a not-for-profit organization, wholly owning 2 subsidiaries actually. We have YIM Technology Resources Sdn Bhd and YIM Professional Services Sdn Bhd. So these together entities from the backbone of our mission to bring innovation closer to the people. Our vision is clear: to inspire creativity and innovation among Malaysians of all backgrounds, especially for the children, youth, women, persons with disabilities, rural communities, and NGOs. And our mission is to expand creative skills in science, technology across academia, industry, and society. In doing that, so we ensure that innovation is not only for the elite, yeah, but for every Malaysian who seeks to make a difference. Okay, then we go to YIM's role in ecosystem. So YIM plays a critical role as a platform to identify, nurture, and mobilize funding for grassroots innovation with commercial potential. We believe that innovation does not always come from high-tech laboratories. It might come from the organic growth, yeah, and then sometimes from a small village, a modest workshop, yeah, and then many more, all types of walk of life, yeah. Let me go through. Next slide. And then I want to touch a bit about the social innovation policy. Susah pula nak buka benda Allah ni. Okay. So, Dasar Inovasi Sosial 2025 hingga 2030 is specially guiding YIM to commit to address pressing social challenges such as poverty, inequality in education and healthcare access. So the policy also positions social innovation as a powerful agent or change, calling for inclusivity and sustainability. So as our Prime Minister and patron of YIM, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, has emphasized, this policy is about strengthening unity while creating competitive, resilient, and innovative communities. We go to translate the vision, yeah, to translate the vision into action. YIM has designed outreach program such as innovation trails, jejak inovasi, we call it, community dialogues, workshops, and collaboration with local authorities. We also take Malaysian innovation to international platform. Yeah, not only grassroots level, not only nation level, our national level, but we go to the international platforms like the recipient might be prosthetic limb. So he also one of the recipients, and then we brought him to Osaka just recent. This initiative ensures that innovation is not confined to research papers or prototypes, but it's experienced and lived by communities everywhere. So as part of our mandate to empower social and grassroots innovation, YIM has brought also 10 innovation products to be now showcased at this exhibition, reflecting our commitment to turning community-driven ideas into tangible outcomes. So we will always come and showcase new innovation that we discovered nationwide. Yeah. Okay. In terms of programs, I also would like to address one bigger step that YIM has made, that we have now developed Ruang Daya Cipta as a hub across the nation. Now we have 23 places. We work with many stakeholders with different business model. So this space, equipped with technologies like 3D printers and robotics, and for everyone, thank you. I can see our prof from Sabah is also here. Wow, make me nervous. Thank you, Prof. Cosworth. Okay, we have also spaces equipped with technologies like 3D printers and robotics. Then this is go for free. So please go and find where is our 23 RDC, we call it. Also, these facilities allow communities to experiment, learn, and innovate hands-on. At the same time, we support talent development through capacity building, mentorship, and industry engagement. Thank you to MOSI for giving the chance for YIM to leverage all the 23 places now, and then it will be expand, and inshallah next year, we will come also to additional mobile, we call it Center of Excellence in terms of mobile. So we will have 2 vans, like, yeah, to go to all these people at the interior of Malaysia. Inshallah. That one is have already been approved by the Board of Trustees. So we will looking forward to have these 2. Okay, and then for products, we provide pre-commercialization support, prototyping, intellectual property assistance, market scaling strategies, and innovation funding. So in this way, YIM nurtures idea from conception all the way to market readiness. Yeah, and then in terms of the facilities, a bit more, Doctor, I'm so sorry, but we have to tell everyone what we have in store so that people knows where to go and also what to use. Yeah, so beyond providing funding and creative spaces, YIM offers end-to-end support for innovators. Like what Dr. Shasa is saying, from day one until now, it's already 9 years along the way. So we are still in contact, and then actually we will bring and match whatever possible to our innovator. So from pre-commercialization commercialization assistance, prototyping, and technical validation to intellectual property protection and mentorship, we ensure that grassroots innovators are equipped not only with ideas, but also the tools and knowledge to bring those ideas to market. We also focus on building their capacity, connecting them with industry players, creating pathways for scaling and market access. Tapi kena buat betul lah. Jangan buat sebab ada grant. So ini kena betul-betul, yeah. So this holistic approach is what makes YIM unique. We are not just funding conduits, but long-term partners. We show today, even with Maybe prosthetic limb also, we are actually helping him to distribute knowledge about his product. Yeah. Then a bit more. Sorry. So I think I have to go through this. And then in terms of global recognition, YIM also earned recognition at the global stage, proudly represented Malaysia at ASEAN, and then also honored with the Commonwealth Secretary General's Innovation for Sustainable Development Award, highlighting Malaysia's leadership in innovation for inclusive growth. So this is in 2023, and then we keep expanding, and we try to make social innovation is known at global stage. Yeah. A bit about this, maybe I come later on the VCRAP success. So I think Dr. Tengku also seen him. Now his crab is already have condos live in condos. So this is where innovation come. Yeah, I just go through a bit about him. He's in Langkawi, and then you can see this is all the steps, yeah, actions, challenges, and then what is the meaning for him is truly a profit-making company, yeah? Initiative. And then of course, we link with those people are really good in calculation of the business profit making, and then we engage with MTDC, our brother and sisters, yeah, to make this happen. It's not only us, but with the help of other agencies. So you can see that YIM actually bridging everyone in one single innovation. Okay, so yeah, just to be proud of things. Okay, all right, and then I think it's about the to the end. I think we might have more time. We give space to Dr. Shasa. She has more in hand to show, okay, and to share. So, okay. So thank you. Together, let us celebrate Malaysia's innovation journey and propel it towards global impact. I mean, in time, betul?
Yes, very good,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Sharmila.
thank you.
Thank you. But Dr. Sharmila, before we let you go and we move on to Dr. Shasa, I just have one quick question from you.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, because you did mention that one of the key things that YIM does is to bring innovations that are not just for the elite.
Yep.
So what could you share perhaps one of the key or main challenges that YIM faces when you are bringing these kind of innovations to the market? Is there any specific challenge to these kind of innovations?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Dr. Moderator. So the first thing is to discover the grassroots innovation. Then where is the novelty lies behind the innovation? It is important for us to be different with other initiative, yeah. So we can see that the novelty part, the uniqueness of the products must be there, and then it must be something new. You add value. So something like what that time the presentation showed, yeah, about Rusmizal. We call him Jan. So Jan actually come out with the noble idea, yeah, to help the fishermen at that time in the pandemic time, to help the fishermen to have income, so that dia ambil ketam nipah, dia nurture sikit, growth dia, and then dia sell it out, yeah. And then at the same time, they have the yang doctor drug addict ni, kan? So they want to work with him together. So that inspire me. This is about social innovation. And then he come up with by own hand buat restaurant, yeah. Then after that, the crab is the hard shell crab, yeah. Then ketam nipah, if you know, one thing about dia kena hibernate. So for 2 days dia kena hibernate untuk buangkan racun. So this is the tacit knowledge. It's a bit with the grassroots innovation. So when I come and see him, he said, I have no problem. Same thing. I have no problem. This is where the discover part. And then when we talk along, and then I can see that his time, if let's say you have 24 hours, maybe dia kena more than 24 hours, maybe 26 hours. He must be at the farm, yeah, the ponds. So I said, this guy has no quality life at all. Yeah, that is first thing that I trigger. So I said, if I put everything in IoT, what do you say? IoT? Because kampung folk, dia tak tahu pun pasal IoT, kan? So that I said, yes, IoT can help you. You can jaga you punya kolam ni only from your handphone. Is it? Yes. And then after that, I connect him with one of our innovator yang buat the coding, everything. So you just imagine in our ecosystem, I'm not going anywhere. Just connect and bridge them together. Then they work well together. And then after a year, now he can speak about IoT just relax. Dia kata, I know our IoT. This is what we want from him. And then through that also he discover another problems. Because dia kata the hard shell took 3 months to nurture boleh jual. Then soft shell is better. But soft shell, the problem untuk jadi soft shell ialah kita siksa dia, butakan mata, patahkan, then only can change into the soft shell. But I said, dan dia juga faham, ini too cruel, kan? Jadi dia find ways, dia minta dengan Yim nak pergi Satun in Thailand, our neighbor country. And then he come back, he said, without that also kita boleh jadikan dia soft shell. Soft shell is only take around 30 days untuk jual. So imagine from 3 months to 30 days. So that is one of the innovation model yang dia dapat, business model. And then after that, this soft shell ni dia bergaduh. Duduk dalam ramai-ramai dia tak boleh. Dia nak kondo. So we buat stacking. Dan now after 30 days dia dah boleh jual. So then also we come with the business analysis. Because we don't want them just kata, oh enjoy to do this and that, tapi without the significant profit. Then I knock MTDC's door. I said, please help Yim. Yim is not for profit. Can you help with a very low margin to your company? And then they said, okay. Then after the business analysis done, we know that the real profit is coming from the restaurant. So now he expand restaurants punya services into fishes, apa semua benda. Jadi that will be another things yang kita add into the innovator. So I think dah long dah. Thank you so much.
Okay, we will let Dr. Sharmila rest for a while. Dr. Minamai. All right, and now we go on to our next panelist, who is someone who has also been identified as a very novel and interesting technology, supported by Yim in her early years. Let's go on to Dr. Shasa. I also believe you have some slides to share a little bit about her journey in developing Eartistic and her journey towards entrepreneurship. So please.
Assalamualaikum semua. Thank you very much, Dr. Wan Raihana. I'd like to introduce everybody about Eartistic before we start our questions. Okay, so a little bit about Eartistic. Eartistic has been in the industry for 10 years, Alhamdulillah. We started our center, our core business, which is service, hearing and balance. We, as an audiologist, I'm not sure, all of you know what audiologists do? Okay, anyone knows, can lift up your hand. Tak ada hadiah hari ni, tapi kita nak make semua orang bangun sikit. So, kita tanya sikit soalan. Okay, sebenarnya seorang audiologist, my job is to help patients or anyone that has hearing impairment, vertigo and also tinnitus. And of course, on top of that as well, we are also responsible to help Malaysians to remember to protect the hearing. So for the past 10 years, Alhamdulillah, we also have 10 branches across Semenanjung, Malaysia. And we are also registered under MDA, Medical Device Authority, as well as all of our products that we bring in. So our core business has always been audiology. And then we expanded to physiotherapy as I see more patients with vertigo and needed more help. And finally, as Dr. Wan Raihana said, we now have Eartistic Entertainment. It looks like I'm not focused, but actually everything is very much an ecosystem, which I will show you in a minute. Okay, all right. So now we have 30 people in our team across Semenanjung, Malaysia, and myself, the founder, and the head of Audiologist. Okay, so along the 10 years, trying to make sure that we sustain on top of our social innovation, we have our B2B segment where we have, I'll start with by B2C, which is in the middle. So we start, obviously, our bread and butter, like I said. Tadi, Dr. Sharmila cakap, we need to make sure we are sustainable as a business entity. So our main core has always been helping patients in clinics And then on top of that, we do realize that, we need better support for our HQ, and we decided to go to B2B. So we now sell hearing audiological equipments, and we are also sole distributor for hearing aids. Then we also understand from that experience, I also understand how innovation works from our partners, and we use entertainment for our education as well as our community outreach. Okay, so now I'm going to go straight into our innovation. It has been a long journey with a lot of help. I have to say thank you to Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia. During our very difficult time, Yim was there. So Eartistic Eartistic's number had started in 2014, but we launched the clinic in 2015. And then from there, I realized that at that point, there were only 500 audiologists and 300 speech therapists to cater the whole of Malaysia. We have, 36 million people? And only 3 oral rehabilitationists that is available for all the hearing impaired children and adults. So I'm pretty sure if people are not aware, once you get hearing aids, you expect you can terus dengar. Actually, for children especially, they have to go through rehabilitation because they have to learn to listen again. So imagine our patient had to fly all the way from Sabah to Kuala Lumpur for that particular session. But actually, it's not that one particular session. It's actually supposed to be every day or every other week. That was very expensive. So that's where iRichment was born, where we decided to have a platform for parents, teachers and carers with special, for speech and language delayed issues that includes autism in the spectrum and of course hearing impairment. And that's when we obviously get help from Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia. And then that's also where we started validating the idea. At that point, parents don't want to be the therapist. They don't want to learn. They just want tools so that the speech therapist can do their job. But again, it's chicken and egg, right? Like still not enough, but it's okay. We listen to our beneficiaries, and we started making tools. That's when we decided to, let's come up with our own character books that can help parents to learn how to read to their children, then expand their vocabulary and whatnot. And then, of course, we progressed. We made songs. We established our entertainment where we have our own song. By the way, I'm also a songwriter. That's why it's very easy. I started songwriting since I was 11, so tak adalah, tak fokus. So and then at that time, MCO happened. Of course, innovation really needed a lot of money at that time. We were very lucky. I was just desperate. Therefore, we find ways, and we managed to get help from MDAC and FINAS. So we had our first animation and live action called Jom Kembara Utan, available on TV3. You can still have a look at it at YouTube. And that allowed us to reach 600,000 viewers. Then obviously, we further focus on expanding our, I would say, low-tech social innovation. And then, of course, we developed more things in-house. And then we started having universities wanting to partner with us. So that's when we started our high-tech social innovation. Alhamdulillah, to date, we have the Moth, which is a active hearing protection device. And that also we had help from MOSTI. We are now at TRL7, looking for investment to now create the first active hearing protection device in Asia, actually. And not forgetting Kembara Utan, we now finally have our first full animation. So that's how my innovation story lah. I suppose innovation is definitely a journey, and I'm still working on it. So I'm gonna see. I'll just show you a quick one. This is what we presented in Osaka recently. Of course, we wanted to show how our clinic and our innovation intertwine. As I play, I'll just share sikit. I believe in sustainability when we talk about social innovation. So we continued with our core business, which is our clinic, our B2B, which is obviously for profit. I was back then also introduced to social enterprise with the help of back then Magic lah kan. So kita second batch social enterprise. But I find that to be able to give back, to be a social enterprise, you need to be sustainable first. And inshallah after that we can go back. So inshallah kita akan masuk balik ke dunia social enterprise. So now like I said, we have 10 branches doing all the services that we can do in the world of audiology. So coming back to this, we are also working with 58 government hospitals. We are panels for Pekeso. That allowed us to further go into grassroots because obviously we work with people kan. And also if I show again after this, we're going to show you our innovation. Our high-tech innovation, which is the moth, pretty much helps the occupational health industry. So introducing the moth, like I said, it will be the first in Southeast Asia for an active hearing protection device. This is a collaboration between IIUM and UTM. So this is to help our occupational health industries to maintain their hearing. Sorry, ini untuk masa kat Osaka. Alright, so I simple je for the innovation. Kita semua nak, kalau boleh, we want to be able to die. Ada orang ingatkan kita 2 kali masyarakat. Betul? So this is my give back to the ummah. Hopefully, dengan adanya Aware with the Moth, we can help more people to preserve their hearing, because we can actually have all the money in the world, but if we do not have the nerves, you cannot hear, and there goes your quality of life. That's what Dr. Sharmila cakap tadi kan. So yeah, I think that's about it. And last but not least, these are as we continue to grow, we don't stop at reaching the grassroots. I work with NGO called Kolab Wanita Icon Malaysia. So we do outreach across Malaysia to do awareness, to do even corporates, and then we also work with banks to give out hearing aids for free, and of course to make awareness of hearing and preventable hearing loss, preventable disease hearing loss. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shasha. Very interesting journey. Now, before we move on to the next round of questions and go a little bit deeper into today's topic, just wanted to quickly ask you, because you mentioned to me, we were chatting earlier this morning, and you said that you were trained as an audiologist, so that's always been your background, very technical. And what we've seen is that you've managed to really transition to a business person. You've run your business, you're doing all your creative enterprises and things like that. So you did share a lot of facilitation from the agencies, YIM, MDEC, and all that. But maybe a little sharing on your side, on the personal level, what did you do to transition yourself from a very technical person to someone who's, more angled towards business?
That is actually one of the hardest part of my journey, because as an audiologist, you want all the equipments. Kalau boleh nak beli semualah, nak macam perfect from A to Z. But then I realized that obviously it's going to be very expensive in terms of ROI. So that is something that I have to learn. Now I'm much clever. So I'm now a business owner first and an entrepreneur. I guess that's, business owner first and then audiologist. But I changed my hats as and when I needed. And then basically I learned to now build things at a time. Rather than build buildings, I build blocks. So I make sure that the foundation is strong, and then we move on to the next part. So that would be my hardest part lah.
Thank you very much. So from what I think we've heard so far is that, commercialization, grassroots or otherwise, is very much a journey. Dr. Sharmila was sharing how much of a journey it is for YIM to work with entrepreneurs to bring them to the market and help them to identify, sometimes problems that they even didn't realize were problems or things like that. So that's YIM's journey. And Dr. Shasa also shared her journey in terms of like how she evolved from someone who's mainly more technical to someone more angled towards the business. Now, let's move on. My question next. I think Dr. Sharmila is sufficiently rested now. Dr. Sharmila, you mentioned just now the social innovation policy 2025-2030, which YIM has developed and has already published, I believe. So I'm actually very interested in how that policy will help innovators move forward and bring their products to the market. So perhaps you could share a little bit about how someone in the grassroots innovation can leverage on this policy to help them.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Moderator, because I think this is must for everyone to know that Dasar Inovasi Sosial is not only for MOSTI or YIM. Okay, so no one can work in silo anymore because of macam Dr. Shasa said just now, kalau boleh dia nak semua equipment kan under satu bumbung, satu ni semua benda dia nak. So this is what Dasar Inovasi Sosial is doing, actually together everyone yang ada kepentingan, the stakeholders itself. So kalau go back to the Dasar itself, kita ada 5 pillar, trust, Satu adalah tadbir urus. This is not about only the innovator, but the network, the researchers, the commercialization part, the grant provider, everyone. So first is tadbir urus inovasi sosial yang mampan, so that more people involved in Dasar, the merrier it will be. So pengukuhan tadbir urus, pengukuhan kawal selia, this is must be done from the beginning. Okay, number 2 is about the pembudayaan dan pemerkasaan daya cipta. This is where kesedaran awam berkenaan dengan inovasi sosial. Dia tak jauh dengan commercialization itself, apa yang kita carry. Because commercialization ni, kalau kita tengok daripada dasar inovasi sosial, dia boleh kira 2. Satu in term of value that you bring. Macam Dr. Shasa bagi tadi, so that dia bantu B40, those people yang tak ada keuangan yang mencukupi untuk pergi. Tapi at the same time, dia pergi pada elite juga, who yang nak one to one. So everything actually under one roof. I mean, talking about the innovation, dia berkait dan ada value chain yang pastinya untuk impact kepada national. Dan juga dia ada juga pengukuhan program kerjasama strategik. That is why YIM now embark into not only innovator yang dekat grassroots. Kita go through the researchers, because kita tahu researchers need also help. Dia ada kerja hakiki dia as a lecturer, as whatever, the researcher in the lab. They don't have time or they don't have knowledge yang betul untuk dia pergi kepada step yang lain. So it is not merely only on the publication. Dia menang sana menang sini, dia simpan all dia punya awards and what not, but tak boleh pakai because of ada satu bahagian yang tak reach out to the people. So this is what we bring on into the Dasar Inovasi Sosial. And then also we talking about the sifat jati diri, which is kita kena ada stewardship of our innovation. We must proud of our innovation. I am proud of all the innovations yang jumpa bawah kita, which is sebab itulah we still in contact from 2012 until now. You tell me, 2011 of innovators yang ada dekat Sabah pun, kat mana pun, I masih lagi in contact with them. So it is not necessary when you go bigger, you forget dah, lupa dah akar umbi. Actually tak boleh, because of you start with that foundation. So that dekat situ kita nampak bahawa sifat jati diri dan kesukarelawan, which is this nurtures in YIM itself. Kita bantu je. Sometimes it's not even profit because we are not for profit. I tell our people, we are not for profit, but we work has to be very smart. Kita ada partners dengan other state. Contoh, state yang dah bekerjasama dengan YIM sekarang for the first time, Perak. Perak dia dah ada amount of money to nurture dia punya innovators. So that kita match kan. So now tadi kita jumpa dari YB Kamaruzaman daripada Kelantan, Exco untuk industri pendidikan dan inovasi, dia pun ada certain funding. So I kata let us work together. So this is where kita boleh bantu daripada federal punya perspektif, ya. Dan kita terapkan sifat jati diri di mana innovation yang kita ada di peringkat akar umbi actually boleh dikomersialkan dengan jaya. So nombor 3 pula adalah daripada segi pembiayaan dan penjanaan nilai. This is where YIM also mainkan peranan yang sangat besar, which is kita bimbing one to one. We have more than 200 innovators. But to be resilient, to be sustained, you also have to work it out on to map apa yang you aim. So that like Dr. Shasa tadi, I just nak recap je, echo what she's doing. Actually, dia dah pergi from one to another. So dia nampak macam tak fokus lagi untuk hearing. But actually, through the animasi dia and whatnot, it still convey the message about what dia punya core business. Yeah. So other than that, kita ada nombor 4 adalah juga pengukuhan infrastruktur yang lebih mampan, pemekasan strategi rangkaian kerjasama, perkongsian data terbuka. So this is also one thing yang sangat penting. For me, it is very important for all innovators to share their good work with other people, with other innovator. Because you may be strength in one part, but other people ada strength lain. So why not synergy together? This is also part of usaha YIM menubuhkan Koperasi Inovator Malaysia. This is where the one platform yang you all boleh work together. Tak ada rasa anxiety because you know that everyone brings something on the table. Okay? So last but not least, Doctor, it's about the tadi infrastruktur, pembiayaan infrastruktur dan last kali bakat inovasi sosial dan keusahawanan. So kita selalu mislead by the perkataan social. Selalu kita kata social innovation is social enterprise. It is not that way actually. It is bigger than the social enterprise because it's touched R&D, technopreneur, other business model, kan? So this is more than that because social innovation they can come back to R&D untuk better position dia punya products. Okay, thank you. I think that's all for now.
All right, thank you, Dr. Sharmila. So from this, I think we can see that it's a very comprehensive plan that we have in place supporting social grassroots innovation. It's just a matter of how we can leverage that and work together. And just picking up on one of the points that Dr. Sharmila mentioned, collaboration and working very closely with other entities, other partners is very, very important towards bringing social innovations to the market. So moving now to Dr. Shasa. Because, you know, I'm very not an entertainment kind of person. I have no idea about the entertainment, so I'm not going to focus on that. I'm a bit more technical, so I'm really interested about your product, the moth. First of all, what does the moth stand for? Does it stand for anything? Why is it called the moth?
It's called the modular hold on. It's I selalu tersasul buat ni. The moth is modular auto basically hearing device.
Okay, so it's an acronym.
Yes,
okay.
It's an acronym.
All
But
right.
basically the moth or the moth itself is the most sensitive insect towards hearing.
I see.
So that
it's
came
a double
first,
meaning.
and then I realized, boleh letak dia.
Yes.
So, but that was how it started.
Okay.
But yeah, the moth is also the active hearing protection device.
All right. So I believe that one you've developed that in collaboration with universities.
Correct.
All right. So maybe you could share a little bit about how entrepreneurs, people like you, make collaborations with universities work. It's something that may be a bit challenging sometimes in terms of that. So share some of your experience, perhaps?
For the moth, is our third collaboration with universities. So for the moth, we have UIA, IIUM, and as well as UTM. So for me, it's equal respect, alhamdulillah. I enjoy working with our researchers because we have our own roles in making the moth. So for us, okay, for UIA, they focus on the clinical parts. And then UTM focuses on the engineering design. And for us at Eartistic, we focus on industrial and also marketing. So that's, we are very clear with our roles. Therefore, that would be the first synergy that I would say lah. And then on top of that, obviously, a lot of people question about like who owns the IP and whatnot. So that is done very clearly, very transparent, and we know who owns the patent, who owns the, and then what is the shared IP. So I think knowing that in the beginning really allowed us to work together. It's been like probably 4 or 5 years now together. It's a high technology, social innovation, so it definitely needs time. And when you have that kind of respect, and for me, because I wouldn't have time to do R&D, so I let the professional, I let our researchers to continue expanding what's new, because obviously to be at par with international, we always need something new. So I kata, you do your part, I do my part.
Did you face any regulatory challenges in terms of bringing this product to the market?
At this point, we managed to do all the certification that needs to be done, our IP. Right now, we are left with explosion proof. Once that's done, so that obviously requires more funding. So obviously, for innovation, funding is definitely key. Other than that, I think when you have the right synergy, you understand what certification is needed, then it's easy, especially on health tech. We definitely have to have all the criteria. Otherwise, we will never, not never lah, we won't get to reach the MDA certification. And that is if we want to go into medical lah. But for us, we start with consumer electronics dulu.
Well, I'm glad you
Maybe
mentioned.
I want to echo a bit.
Sure,
Yeah.
Dr. Sharmila.
About the regulatory part. This is interesting journey for all innovators. So normally they will have hurdles hindering them from getting the IP, getting the halal cert, everything. So what I suggest, if you work under the ecosystem of YIM, you come over to YIM, and then maybe my letter to the other parties would help you somehow. Yes, there's many cases like this. They work with state level, yeah, and then authority. They found very hard to get a halal certification, for example. So with our letter, is make it for 3 months, jadi maybe in 3 weeks, yeah. And then I have another problems will come over again and again, so that sometimes want to go for the R&D. It is very expensive if they go through by themselves. They go and meet, let's say, a Professor Cosworth. Of course, Professor Cosworth will, okay, how much that you have, then this is what the facility that we can give you. But it's always about the funding and money. But maybe with the help of YIM, dia ada rasa malu alah sikit. Dia ada rasa malu alah sikit dan dia bagi tolong. Macam tu juga how I ask help assistance from MTDC. If the normal rate will be different, but if I'm talking to the CEO and then I seek their assistance, please, please, and please. So of course, one time is okay. So he said, the CEO said, one time only. Okay, at least we tried, and then we managed to get the better results. This is what we are doing actually.
Sebab tu I'm still with him. Itu.
Yes, we can see very much. I think that's one of the key things that YIM does, kan? Opening the doors, smoothing the pathways. So when you talk about innovation, obviously one of the other things that smooths the journey towards commercialization is the funding, right? So Dr. Sharmila, do you have anything to share on funding perhaps? What kind of funding can our grassroots innovators expect and help?
Okay, thank you. This is very interesting part. I think all ears on this. Okay, we have mainstreaming grassroots innovation. which the maximum funding is 50K. This is for development of the innovation. So you can go to my guys, we have few over here, and then ask the scope of works. It is not easy to get grants nowadays. It is always have apa orang kata improvement in our side also to make things better sustain. Yeah, and then number 2 is on the diffusion part. So when you have ready, your innovation is ready at level 7 to diffuse to the people and the community, especially the targeted community, then you can get up to 300,000. All grant. Tak ada lagi matching. But I think next year we will start matching. So it's better. Okay, that is 2. Another number 3 is for the young people, whereby they have the final year project at the university. Very promising innovation, but sadly after menang, then leave it, go find another job. Completed your degree, then you go for another job, leaving your potential of innovation macam tu je. That is where also YIM is helping. So this year, we have 10 more innovators, young innovators. We nurture for 6 months on the road with prominent name in innovation. Then we give them 40,000 each. And then good things about this year initiative, the most best performers akan ikut kita pergi overseas, kita bagi dia a week of exposure on innovation. So far I ada name Switzerland, but maybe not Switzerland, maybe other parts of the world, but still it's an overseas trip all paid for. Okay, so that's 3, but maybe next year on RDC. So RDC is where the platform is free. You pergi dekat situ, you boleh buat 3D printing, you boleh learn everything. Kita ada rdc@yim.my, so that the courses is there, available. You nak buat apa? Robotic, you nak buat AI, so now we are also going to AI. So a lot of AI things is helping our entrepreneurs. So this is where also YIM is enhance kita punya services. So if in fact the business model also would be different, more reliable, more vibrant, yeah, more energetic, more people that can leverage our facilities. So that's 3 for now. Then also helping states level to match and develop the innovation. Thank you.
Dr. Shasa, do you have anything to say on funding? Perhaps share a little bit, maybe some pointers regarding your journey in getting funding and what you've learned throughout the years on that.
Okay, for me, obviously funding comes a lot of different ways. First of all, as a company, we have to make sure we are sustainable. We make money organically as much as we can. And then when we definitely need assistance, that's when we start looking at all the platforms. Literally, back then when I needed help, I literally looked at every platform possible. And I try to be around or amongst people who are like-minded. Like for instance, if for me, I call myself obviously an innovator. So we hang around a lot more with innovators because informations get to be passed around when you're in the right place. Because I can't be doing everything for myself. So there's a lot of platforms. I think Malaysia is very kind to help out innovators, entrepreneurs. All you need to do is just literally cari. Kita ada Cradle, kita ada obviously Yayasan Inovasi. I mean, look at different levels lah. For low tech, we have to start, we can start with YIM, and then for high tech, we have obviously the bigger ones, mostly I guess yourself as well.
Yeah,
Cradle. But of course, cakap pasal when we talk about like grants and receiving money from other people, that actually it gives a lot more pressure on the shoulder lah, to be honest, because you're taking public's money, therefore you must make sure you get there. So it's not just about getting the funds, must know how to handle the funds, because funds can easily habis, and also funds can also tak dapat nak digunakan kalau you don't know how to manage accounts. That's one of the things that I think very important.
Maybe one part, just to echo also what Dr. Shasha is saying. When innovator come to us, what I realized, one time, it is always one time for the development, but those who brave enough or dare to think beyond the grassroots innovation itself, they will sustain. Normally, apa yang kita bantu adalah beli machinery. Ada machinery. But that machine is not only that particular innovation sahaja. These people boleh use the same machine to provide and produce more innovation out of it. So inilah dia punya key. So this is the turning point whereby tak ada orang yang akan bantu you beli machine. Normally yang I dah tahu, agencies yang provide machine, dia come out with the machine itself. Dia dah macam, okay kali ni ada mesin jahit. Mesin jahit, contoh minta maaf kalau terkena sikit. Mesin jahit B200, tak boleh lain. So B200 ni untuk jahit ropol je. Something like that. But at YIM, kita extend to you. You are the most expertise in your innovation. Yang you should have in your think beyond of what the machine can do. Actually, banyak je case. Contoh, Dr. Shasha maybe ada, kita ada N Antah untuk Cantik Borneo di Sabah. She came to us untuk buat baju boneka ikut etnik. Baju boneka tak perlu digital printer. But with that money, she bought her first digital printer. And then you will see now, dia adalah yang paling besar provide the fabric entire Sabah and Malaysia. From day one, hanya buat boneka. I pun tak nampak. What is she doing buat boneka? I tak nampak the sustainable of the innovation. Tapi, she got the machine, she have the machine, then she produce more. And now, dia dah ada satu assembly of machine punya line. Bukan satu machine dia, sekarang dah hampir 10 machine dia. Imagine. And then dia ada in-house designer. And then dia keep, because of kita pun ambil dia punya services, then dia adapt what orang Semenanjung need. Because kita punya colour is different preference. Kan? So orang di Semenanjung dia lebih suka yang settle. Dia tak nak bunga tiba-tiba kuning, baju merah. It is not like that. Mungkin orang kita nak settle. Orang di Semenanjung. Then now she adapt into that. Other than that also, dia innovate lagi untuk ikut SDG. Then she been helped by SME Corp untuk nurture lagi 40 tukang jahit. And then from there 12 tukang jahit masuk jadi buat baju lelaki. Now baju lelaki is just the digital printer tu saja yang buat. Potong dah siap. Then this all the tailor ni just jahit saja. So she still find ways buat baju macam baju Barbie. How to A to B to, that is all. She's actually asked help from the tailors. So senang. And then go to the SDG, dia dah tak ada dah label. Semua digital printing. Imagine from one step to another, huge step yang dia buat. Now, she makes around 2 million per year. And now, she's also going to baju Melayu, baju lelaki. And then banyak associate dengan social enterprises yang produce ties, everything. So that is another business hiliran for her. So she still maintain as a yang keluarkan design for the good fabric, go for deeper into the fabric yang mana friendly to our weather, friendly to our festival, everything. So this is where actually the first seed yang they receive.
I rasa if I can add, like macam for innovators out there, jangan takut, cuba je, because you never know, mungkin akan dapat, and then from there you'll start escalating. And like I believe in business, in innovation as well, jangan takut to pivot. If it doesn't work, you pivot, and I'm pretty sure you'll find the right thing that you need to do to solve the pain points yang kita nak address.
Excellent, excellent input, ladies. Right, I think we're almost towards the end of our session. So before we wrap up, just very quickly from the both of you, 1 minute saja, Dr. Sharmila. What is your, I mean, we've put in so many things into place. We've got our plan, we've got agencies coming in to help, we've got so much support. So what is your prediction or hopes maybe even for commercialization of grassroots innovation by the year, say, 2030?
Thank you. I've been given only 1 minute. If not, I will go further dan tak habis cerita. Okay. Go back to the dasar inovasi sosial itself. Dan go back to the pandemic when it happened. Kita tak dapat nak hubung di luar. This is where community base is very important. So if your community has one innovation, then they can sustain. A lot of things also can happen in one community. So relearn from what happened previous years. Kita start, kan? So that with this innovation at the community level for social drive, that should be nurture more people coming into this. Even you dekat R&D lab, but find ways macam mana boleh reach out to the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Shasa, you have anything to say?
I think for innovators out there, believe in your innovation, believe in the pain points that you're actually wanting to solve. Like I said, pivot if you have to. Don't feel like macam you have to stick to them. I've pivoted and I have managed to sustain it up until now. And then innovate with your heart. Inshallah, the innovation, when you commercialize, it actually really helps the people. That's all I think.
Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. Excellent advice for the two ladies that we've had on stage. So at this point, I really must extend my utmost thanks to Dr. Sharmila, Dr. Shasa for being such wonderful panel members. They have given excellent inputs and excellent insights. And also thank you very much to the audience who's attending today and paying attention to what discussion we've been having on the stage. To sum up, I would just like to say that commercialization of grassroots innovation is something that's very, very crucial to facilitate and to grow our economy, to support our people, and really to achieve some very, very important outcomes. And from what was shared today, you can see that commercialization really happens because of three, I would like to call them the 3 C's, right? So first of all is the courage. You must have courage, as Dr. Shasa has shown us, courage to bring something to the market, something that not necessarily is proven yet, but you have the conviction that it's something that the market needs and something that will really be of benefit. Secondly is you need to have good connections, so connections with YIM, with all the other agencies. The facilitation out there will really facilitate the commercialization journey. And last but not least is the commitment to see that your project through, something that the journey may be tough, may be challenging, but with the right commitment, then hopefully it will be a success. And if you're a grassroots innovator, I wish you all the best. And trust me, the support is out there. And yes, hopefully you will attain success in the future. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you again to Dr. Wan Raihana, Dr. Sharmila, and Dr. Shasa for that empowering session. Ladies and gentlemen, their discussion reminds us that innovation doesn't always begin with massive infrastructure or high-end technology. It often starts with empathy, creativity, and a desire to solve everyday challenges. To commemorate this session, ladies and gentlemen, here I would like to invite Ms. Siti Salmiah Binti Haji Dimyati, the Deputy Undersecretary, Technology Transfer and R&D Commercialization from MOSTI, to come on stage and present the tokens of appreciation to our lovely speakers. a very quick photo. Amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a big smile. All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Ms. Siti Salmia for helping me out with the presence of token of appreciation. And thank you once again to Dr. Sharmila Muhammad Salleh and Dr. Shasa Aziz, as well as Dr. Wan Raihana, for your insights and inspiring us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our morning program. We will now take a break for lunch served at the Mawa Room, Level 2. Please also take this opportunity to visit the exhibition area that is located on this level and explore the many innovations showcased by our participants. We'll reconvene at 2 p.m. for the FundConnect Forum, beginning with our first session, From Lab to Market, the role of our DICE in driving technology commercialization in support of the upcoming 13th Malaysia Plan. Ladies and gentlemen, see you after lunch, and selamat menjamu selera. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be putting our QR code on the big screen as you can leave your feedback that sparks ideas, and of course, your ideas as well, right here through the QR code. Thank you.